Good morning and welcome. This is the 2024 Santa Barbara Spring Dinghy Regatta competitor briefing. This is a virtual one. You can watch it on your way driving up to Santa Barbara. I'll try to keep this one quick. We'll be meeting tomorrow on Saturday, May 18th at 11 a.m. for the in-person competitor briefing. But I thought this would be useful so that people understand where to go if you haven't been here before or if it's been a while. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to start by sharing the event website, the 2024 Spring Dinghy event website. Also like to just really quickly thank the chairs. We got Jeff Seawords and Heidi Ziskind on this one. They're doing a great job. And I'd like to thank the Nick Kashak and the Santa Barbara Youth Sailing Foundation for helping out with supplying some equipment, as well, of course, as the Santa Barbara Yacht Club. My name's Brad Shoppeter. I'll be your PRO for the weekend, so I'm looking forward to it. And thank you to the 29ers. We changed the name of the event from Skiff Fest, and I guess that's what did it, because you're back. And that's awesome. So we really look forward to running some great races for you, and we hope it's awesome. All right, so you can see here, this is the 2024 Spring Dinghy Regatta events site. And I want to point out, this is where the online notice board is. You can notice that I've already put like spaces for where the protest time limit will be on day 1 and day 2. I've also posted the protest form. And then, of course, some really important documents like sailing instructions, attachment A, onshore staging, and attachment B, racing area. So I'm actually going to start with attachment A of onshore staging. One of the big things to know is that a lot of times people come straight to the Santa Barbara Yacht Club. We have an unusual venue in that our dinghy events and where we launch from is actually on the other side of the harbor. So you want to go into the Santa Barbara harbor lot and come here. And actually there is a map of the harbor here. So to be specific, if you're coming from the Highway 101, you're either coming down from West Cabrillo from the south, or you maybe get off here, and you're going to end up coming down West Cabrillo until it turns into Shoreline. Let me zoom in on this so you can see. Shoreline Drive, and then there's like a little turn into Harbor Way. You take your first left-hand turn. There's a kiosk right here where you can get a ticket. Competitors are responsible for their own parking fees. I think it's like $10 per day, if I'm correct, but I'll tell you where free parking is also. And you're just going to follow the water all the way down. There's an automatic gate right here. And then you'll get to the Santa Barbara launch ramp. And this back row is where we're going to be keeping the boats. So as I zoom in on that, here's that back row. So again, here's Cabrillo. So you have to kind of go down here, come through, and then come all the way back this way in the parking lot. We'll keep our boats and trailers back here in this back row. Coach boats, says coach boats here, but we don't have a big enough turnout to worry about it, so you can put them pretty much anywhere. So if you have coach boats or trailers, as long as it's a yellow stall, that's for trailers. White stalls, and you can see in this picture here is actually pretty good because you got a bunch of cars in the white stalls over here. It's got some cars attached to trailers and then just some boats on trailers. And these are all legally parked, except for this guy right here. If I had to guess, I think that guy's going to get a ticket in this picture. Yeah, sure looks like it. That looks like a car maybe. So if you just park a car only in the yellow stalls, you can get a ticket, or if you park a trailer in the white stalls. It's fairly obvious, and I'll be over there to try to assist if at all necessary. We'll have our registration table set up over kind of here on the beach. And we have a hose station here that takes quarters. We're going to supply quarters and hoses at the end of the day to do rinse downs. You launch only from these eastmost ramps. You can see there's like probably a skiff of some type right there, maybe an RS Arrow or something. That basically we use these two as our primary launch areas. We leave this one open, especially for fishermen, and ideally this one. So this whole dock, just kind of leave that one for commercial boats as they're going in and out. We'll do our competitor briefing on the beach. And also, as you're doing briefings with your teams and rigging up, try to stay in the stalls. Or if you're going to talk and have like a group meeting, try to bring it over to the beach, the sidewalk, back here. But leave these lanes open for traffic to go up and down. It's important from a safety perspective for the harbor patrol. Okie dokes. When you guys launch, be aware it's a little slippery down here on these this launch ramp, especially at low tide. And somebody needs to take your dolly back to the back row. You cannot leave your dolly stacked up here by the launch ramp. We do have a volunteer, hopefully that can help with that, but we'd prefer and appreciate if you just maybe you know when the crew and skipper launch and the crew takes their dolly back, or if it's a weta or something and you need help, maybe you can work together as a team or ask our volunteer help for help. I think most of the ILCAs are over on the Youth Foundation dock, so that shouldn't be a problem. There should be so much room over here. No big deal at all. There's some extra notes here that probably don't pertain too much to anybody, but that's what you need to know about this weekend. Coach boats. At the end of the day, if you launch on Saturday morning, you say, hey, I don't want to pull my boat out Saturday night and then relaunch Sunday. You can bring your boats over to Santa Barbara Entire D and store the boats there. Now, it is a bit of a walk to get from Marina 1 all the way back over to the launch ramp. Just as a heads up, maybe 5 to 7 minutes of walking quickly. But if you don't want to relaunch, you can take a left-hand turn up the Federal Channel and dock on Entire D for the Skiff Fest that evening. I said Skiff Fest, excuse me, for the spring dinghy. Caught me there. Oops. Anyway, so that's where that's going to be. And I think that's it as far as staging goes. All right, so let's talk about racing areas. From the forecasts I've seen, knock on wood, it looks like it's going to be a southwest or westerly. In that case, we'll probably be sailing off of Racing Area 1. And the cool thing about that is if you're a parent or a spectator, you can come on over to the Santa Barbara Yacht Club, let them know you're with the Santa Barbara Spring Dinghy Regatta, and that you'd like to watch the racing. You can sit on the lower deck or in the fleet room and watch the racing. We're right on the beach. I'm probably 100 feet away from the water as I film this, and you'll be able to see the racing quite nicely from here. If you're not eating, that's where we'd ask that you spectate. If you are going to have a bite to eat, you're welcome to do that as well. It's credit cards only. And you can go upstairs once you talk to the front desk and check in for the regatta. Say you're with Spring Dinghy, then you can go upstairs and you can dine upstairs and watch the racing as you enjoy a beverage or you know, some wonderful food from the kitchen, from the galley. So anyway, Racing Area 2 would be probably where we go if for some reason the wind shifts to the east or southeast. So that's kind of our two primary directions. If it's from the south, it's kind of a little bit of a gamble, but I'll answer that specifically on Saturday's competitor briefing if I get more information from the forecast. On the sailing instructions, which are posted here, excuse me, I wanted to point out that there's an online protest form, okay? And so this is how it's easiest for me to get those protests going in a quick format. So you just fill all this stuff out on your phone, go through the process, and then submit it, and I'll check it. And then, of course, I'll fill out information here on the notice board saying these boats are in a protest and this is where the hearing is. And then people can take a look at the protest form and understand what's going on and where it's going to be happening. Most likely we'll hear them right over at the launch ramp there, probably at the registration table. And yeah, that's it for protest forms. The online notice board, whoops, let me go back here. The online notice board is here, right? So if any notices are posted, you can see we've got the course chart. All these things I'm pulling up are all right here. And I'm going to upload the virtual competitor briefing right here after I finish. So that's all going to be here. Results posted here. And we'll have photos hopefully from the event that we'll post and share free of course for the competitors to download and take with you after the race is done. I think, oh, one other thing, excuse me, the post race, we have debated many times whether to do something at the yacht club, something not at the yacht club. When it's a smaller event like this, we decided a lot of people come and they want to see Santa Barbara. So we're going to have burritos at the launch ramp after racing on Saturday, and some snacks then, as well as on Sunday, we'll have pizza. But, you know, it's going to be like a lighter, quick, you know, hey, I can grab this, D-rig, get on the road and go. We'll do awards right there at the launch ramp. So we're not doing anything formal at the Santa Barbara Yacht Club. If you would like to see that in the future, please let us know, because we have had minimal turnout when we do it at the Yacht Club because of the walk. And so we felt that it was better to allow you to explore Santa Barbara as you please. And if you want to go have dinner at the Yacht Club, you're welcome to do that. Just call and make a reservation. That's pretty much all I have. I want to again thank Jeff and Heidi for chairing this and pulling it together. I'm really excited to see the 29ers again. And of course, thank you, Wetas and Ilkas, for joining us as well. And I wish you all safe travels. Should you have any questions, you can definitely reach out to me at racing@sbyc.org. Again, the email I have is racing@sbyc.org. And my phone number, my cell phone number is 310-850-5213. All right, we'll see you all soon. And again, safe travels. See you tomorrow.